Hello my dear viewer, today we are going to dive into the final layers of the creepy Easter egg iceberg chart. Because I value your time, I want to keep this intro short as possible. For the new viewers here, first of all, welcome, and great that you started the fourth part of this video. But it doesn't matter, enjoy the most obscure and scary things found in your favorite video games. The creator of the chart, Trainwrecker, said that the chart is organized by both obscurity and creepiness factor. And as we are now diving into the two final layers, please buckle up because things will get disturbing. I'm pretty sure you know how to support the channel through simply liking the video or considering subscribing to the channel to get more videos like this or joining my membership club to get extra perks. Support is well appreciated, so make yourself comfortable, grab something to drink and something to snack, and let's dive in. But the most important thing is, I thank you so much for tuning in and I hope you will enjoy this video. Layer 6. GTA 5, the Infinity Killer. Layer 6 again starts with the GTA 5 Easter egg. It's about a morbid story of Merle Abrahams, known as the Infinity Killer. The Infinity Killer in Grand Theft Auto 5 was born in 1947 with a birthplace unknown. He lived in Sandy Shores but developed severe psychosis, fixed on the number 8. In 1999, he murdered 8 joggers. He was arrested and he was in the Boulgine-Brook Penitentiary. His Sandy Shore home was set later on fire, possibly by a neighbor. Abraham died in 2004 at the age of 57. He never confessed for his crime, but he admitted he was obsessed with the number 8. The bodies of the victims were never found. Clues about Abraham's murder are scattered throughout San Andreas, often written on walls. His abandoned house is filled with cryptic messages emphasizing the number 8. Nearby, a rock features a disturbing nursery rhyme, and the prison has enigmatic messages hinting at a victim's burial site near Mount Chiliad. Also, you can find a nearby rock with very disturbing rhymes, and also in the prison there are some messages which are very mysterious and are probably hinting at the victim's burial site near Mount Chiliad. Other eerie discoveries include bloody footprints at the Yellow Jack-in, 8 corpses underwater near Mount Chiliad, and a mysterious black box near fire pits. There is also a newspaper clipping from December 2004 detailing Abraham's death and the Infinity murders. Saints Row 2 Screaming. In Saints Row 2, at the back door of a house in Morningwood Cemetery from 11 p.m. to 4 a.m, an audio of what seems to be a man torturing someone with a circular saw can be heard. Also, the quote for the man was, "You broke my table saw," which is both hilarious and horrifying at the same time. Ghost of Agnes Doubt. Are you ready for another grim story from Red Dead 2? According to the cries of her spectral form, Agnes fell in love with a man that her parents did not approve of. She would meet him by an old tree in Blue Water Marsh for secret meetings. After she got pregnant with a baby boy, the man abandons her for another woman, exposing her relationship to her family. The family felt disgrace, and the result was she was unwanted by other males. This ultimately resolved in Elder's Dawn driving a weapon and killing her love, to Agnes' horror. The cause and conclusion of this violent confrontation are unknown, though it is implied that because of this event Agnes had a mental breakdown and murdered her father in revenge, and possibly her mother, son and others, before finally hanging herself by a tree she used to meet with her love, hoping he will find her there in death. A simple tombstone bearing her name, age and alleged crime stands among others in the Shady Valley private graveyard. Agnes can be seen as a ghost in Blue Water Marsh between 9 p.m. and 3 a.m, usually during foggy weather.
By our train. Come to our train.
Saints Row 4 Screaming. We're looking again at some screams we can find in Saints Row. For that, we need to look at the virus upload mission, where in New Colvin you can stumble upon someone screaming like they are being tortured. I did try to find out more about the screaming, but sadly there is no explanation of why.
Outlast 2 Reversed Audio.
All the distorted audio logs from the school footage collectibles contain hidden messages when playing backwards, and we saw many hidden messages throughout this chart. Each visit to the Nightmare School features video footage recording as a collectible marked by a red circle. Unlike other recordings, those taken during the school sequences result in static and weird audio. Reversing the audio will reveal disturbing messages and backstory details. The messages include references to religious themes, violence, and narrator's perspective on events of the game. Also, the messages help you to uncover some game secrets and stories.
Sweet Jesus, forgive my sins and accept my gratitude.
Hitman 3 NPCs Substance.
Well, the title is quite self-explanatory. So these instances include characters like Jeff in The Landslide, a gardener in Hokkaido, Hector Delgado, Jeremy Bolt in Carlisle. The suicide was presented in different ways, and I think they're trying to be comical and absurd, but that's a hot topic I don't want to touch with a 10-foot pole. The suicide of Alexa Carsil witnessed during a common mission was particularly shocking. Some even consider that suicides in game are going a bit too far, considering the sensitive nature of the subject. So let's take one for example. Let's talk about the character Jeff. In Bangkok bonus mission, a man is arguing with his girlfriend in a bathroom. He gives her choice between being with him or the cult. She chooses the cult and players can choose to kill her. If the player kills the girlfriend, Jeff reappears in the Sapienza bonus mission. He can be found on a bench outside the safe house with a note beside him. The note mentions his missing girlfriend and he's thinking about jumping off a cliff. Surprisingly, the suicide Jeff survives the fall and returns to the Hokkaido mission or Patient Zero. He's in what was previously John Portman's room with a note addressed to his deceased girlfriend. The note in Hokkaido mentions having something on him and being ready to use it if anything happens, but no specific outcome is triggered when trying to infect him with the virus. I will stop it here. There is of course more to this and to the other NPCs we can encounter in Hitman 3, but again, some of the entries really deserve a proper video to explain everything and to dissect the situation.
Resident Evil 7 Demo Mia.
Looking at Resident Evil 7, it was definitely a game changer because it changed the view perspective, and this is my favorite Resi game because it really sucked me in to be more interested in the series as a whole. But I have a whole video about that. Well, we need to talk about Mia, which can be found in the demo version of the game. She will haunt you through the demo, but with you not really knowing it. It's not a direct jump scare, it is more subtle. She will show up on 7 different places in the background. So the thing is, the Iceberg chart says it's Mia, but for whatever reason, everywhere I looked, people talk about the ghost lady as Evelyn in her early stages of rapid aging. Maybe when the sewer gators were killed, she was an adult and this is her watching, figuring out whether she can use these intruders as family members.
No More Heroes Jean's backstory.
No More Heroes is an interesting title. This Easter egg is about the backstory of Jean. She's a 25-year-old American assassin and Travis Touchdown's child love interest. And actually he's also his half-sister. Her surname is also unknown. And she's also a first-ranked assassin after killing Death Star. She has a pretty grim background as her father molested her, which caused her mother to commit suicide. She resolved to prostitute and she decided to learn martial arts in an attempt to seek revenge. She's also killed Travis' parents in front of him, and like I said, it's later revealed that she is Travis' half-sister. A climatic battle happened between Jane and Travis, with Jane using her dangerous martial arts skill. Despite a close call where Jane almost kills Travis, he ultimately defeats her with the assistance of Shinbo. In the game's true ending, Sylvia Crystal has a young daughter named Jean, hinting at a connection between them. And also one more thing, Jean's character and her relationship with Travis and the Dark Star may be a reference to Star Wars.
Red Dead Redemption 2 Sonny.
And we will finish the layer 7 with another Red Dead 2 entry. Sonny is a character in Red Dead Redemption 2 who resides in a house northwest of St. Denis, near the swampy region of Lakai. His home is surrounded by alligators and he keeps pigs outside. But the things you will see and witness in his house will reveal the true dark side of his character. When the player encounters Sonny, he's typically sitting on the porch of his house. Upon spotting you, Sonny will attempt to lure you inside. If you decide to follow him into the house, things take a disturbing turn. Sonny will strike you over the head with a hit so strong he knocks you unconscious, and it is heavily implied that the character is sexually assaulting you during this time. After regaining conscience, you will find yourself in Bayou NVA, surrounded by bones and remains of others who fell victims of Sonny. Additionally, besides feeling dirty, your money has also been stolen. If you decide to take revenge and choose to return to Sonny's spec shack, he will be alarmed and retreating into his house, where he barricaded the door. If you choose to kill him, you will find things like a pack of cigarettes and a health cure. In terms of personality, Sonny presents himself as a friendly and welcoming individual, offering shelter to travelers in the swampy wilderness. However, this demeanor is a facade, as he is revealed to be a sadistic predator who preys on those who let their guard down. He stuns his victims with a twisted form of love before assaulting them. The presence of chains and restraints around his bed strongly suggests history of his violent acts. That's a creepy thing to end the layer. Now, let's jump to the last layer of this chart.
Layer 7. PT, Lisa following you.
This is a great Easter egg if you didn't know. I already told you a few things about PT until now. After you succeed to break out of the viewpoint of the character by doing some hacking, let's say, you will discover that Lisa is following you the whole time, which really results that the game is even more scary than initially. So that gut feeling you had that she's always near you and breathing down your neck was actually accurate.
Far Cry 5 radio broadcasts.
This is about cryptic messages which can be heard in radio stations in Far Cry 5. While driving around long enough in the northern section of the game's map, sometimes you will hear strange audio from your car's radio. The station consists mostly of static, but there are some muffled noises and screams. There is seemingly no pattern from where and when the strange station can be heard. As of yet, no official word has been given explaining the reason behind this morbid Easter egg.
Stardew Valley, a rare alien event.
Stardew Valley is just an awesome farming simulator game. It's known for its enchanting and mysterious elements, such as the Junimo forest spirits and elusive wizard in the forest tower. However, one of the most interesting events we need to address, which hints at the presence of aliens in the game. The first we need to address is the strange capsule mystery. Stardew Valley is filled with mysteries, and one of the most mysterious things is the strange capsule event. The game's creator, Eric Concrete A. Barone, has remained cryptic about the origin of the strange capsule and whether it confirms the existence of aliens in Valley. This event is occasionally rare, with only 0.8% chance of occurring each in-game night. You will receive a message, and I quote, "A strange sound was heard in the night," end quote. And you will then discover the strange capsule on a random previously empty title on the farm. This capsule contains something fleshy that moves inside. After approximately 3 in-game days, the capsule will break and become an empty capsule. Using the fairy dust item causes the capsule to break immediately. The empty capsule can be stored or displayed, but besides that it doesn't have any purpose. The strange capsule event can only occur once per save file, making it impossible to obtain more than one strange or empty capsule without modifying the game. After the strange capsule breaks, you may observe a mysterious short dark creature moving around various areas of Stardew Valley and the Pelican Town at night. Is this an alien or something else is a good question. It is most commonly seen near the bus stop, but also can appear behind certain houses or near the bridge leading to the beach. This creature is incredibly shy. Due to its dark coloration, some fans theorize a connection to Krobos, a shadow person who resides in the sewers beneath Pelican Town.
Harvest Moon 444.
Harvest Moon is such a great series, and I spent so many hours playing the GB and GBA games as a kid, on my PC and later on the PSP, and please don't judge me. So, looking at Friends of Mineral Town, there is a quite creepy discovery to be made. Watching the TV at 444 on any day will result in the game being frozen in a loop where the dialog box opens and closes forever. The only way to fix this is to roll the direction button in circle for some time and it will fix the problem, or you need to restart the game. What is creepy about this, in the original Japanese version this was not viewed as a glitch, it was put in the game to scare the player. In the Japanese culture, the number 4 is considered bad luck or a bad omen due to 4 and death having the same pronunciation. It is something similar like the belief in Western religions with the number 666 and its connection to the devil. Missing athletics team. In Red Dead Redemption 2, you saw that there are many mysteries and strange things occurring, but one of the game's most disturbing enigmas is the Blackwater Athletics team murder mystery, which involves uncovering the dark secrets of a serial killer. It all begins with a newspaper article in the Blackwater Ledger reporting the mysterious disappearance of the Blackwater Athletics team. Initially it was thought they were kidnapped by Native Americans. They proved the theory to be wrong. Venture west of the town and you will stumble upon a gruesome scene. The whole athletics team, still in their uniforms, buried in a mass grave. This dark tale is a chilling reference to the real-world Los Meneseros massacre, a tragic event involving a Colombian football team. But that's not all. As you play, you will discover 3 more murder sites throughout the American's Dream Strange mission. Places feature cryptic graffiti message hinting at a twisted scavenger hunt, and eventually you will encounter a map leading to the basement of Lucky's cabin. In that basement, you can confront Edmund Lowry Jr., the man behind the Blackwater Athletics team tragedy. More dismembered bodies and a massive knife awaits. Interacting with him will trigger a life or death situation. Yet Edmund's motivation remains shrouded in mystery. Even if you attempt to bring him to justice, he won't go quietly, forcing a deadly showdown. Clausons Rest adds a dark layer to Red Dead Redemption 2 immersive world, showcasing the game's commitment to storytelling and realism in the darkest corners. Bully Crying Baby. Another fine Easter egg from Rockstar. And if you missed out on Bully, please go to Steam, buy the game and give it a try because it's worth your while, trust me. So, what is the Crying Baby Easter egg about? If you head to the upper right part of the map, there is a back alley, and if you decide to enter it, after paying close attention, you will hear a baby crying. After digging in the game's file, you will also find a few more disturbing stuff besides the Crying Baby file. There are 3 audios named Domestic Fight. This is quite unsettling because there is no explanation of why is this in the game. It doesn't serve any purpose. Also a question is, why was the baby crying and who recorded the cry? It is just very strange and definitely not fun.
Ben and Ed ARG.
This entry is quite fun and it's a deeper rabbit hole to dive in, which also deserves a proper video to cover the whole case, but let me explain you the Easter egg. Ben and Ed is a 3D platform game in which the player controls Ed the zombie, who is forced to participate in a grotesque game show called Run Dead, where you need to beat all the obstacles. and you will also need to save your best friend Ben. This game was quite popular with the Let's Play YouTubers. But after time, some YouTubers discover weird Easter eggs in the game. ARG is an alternative reality game which uses the real world as a platform and employs transmedia storytelling to deliver a story that may be altered by players' ideas or actions. The game has also some creepy Easter eggs, which links to the reference of the Zelda creepypasta about the drowning boy, but also an Easter egg which was a cryptic message that would lead you to a Facebook page in which you can see a bunch of random pictures that seem totally weird and did not have anything in common. After analyzing the pictures, you will discover many strange things and even a creature. The game has also a strange part where you play a zombie ad and where you somehow need to reach the end but the game would crash. But before that you will see some quite disturbing stuff, screams, but also GPS coordinates which lead to Essen, Germany, which is strangely the location of the developers. A Spanish YouTuber immediately jumped on a plane and traveled to Essen, Germany to find a hidden package with the coordinates provided, and he also got in contact with the developers to have an interview. Of course, they didn't know anything about the package, but somehow the package included an iPhone that belonged to one of them. But again, I will stop it here because I think this topic needs a separate video.
Nun Massacre Scream Origin.
If you didn't play Nun Massacre, it is a VHS PlayStation 1 like horror game you need to experience. We covered some of the Puppet Coma games on the surreal and weird Iceberg chart. The Nun Massacre is a quite good horror experience. The game really tries to give you a paranoia feeling because you really don't know what is going on and who is hunting you. But this is not a review of the game. We need to address the scream origin you can hear in the game. You will hear a static noise which can be unsettling, but also when the nun catches you, you will hear a scream. But this was not an actor. Oh no, my dear viewer. This was actually taken from a real 911 call by Ruth Price. She called 911 and reported a man was breaking into her home. During the call, the man actually tried to break in, which resulted in her scream, and somehow this scream landed into a game's jump scare. What is so unsettling about this is that the scream isn't made up, but in reality the poor girl was screaming because she was in danger. A creepy Easter egg included in a creepy game.
I have no idea.
Red Dead Redemption 2 Clausons Rest.
The final entry of this Iceberg chart is Clausons Rest, which is a hut located in Grizzly's West Umbrino. There is a sad story hidden behind the doors of this little cabin. It appears that two young residents of the cabin, which bodies you can find near the bed, died either of starvation or dehydration. Besides the table you can find a letter titled "A Letter to Glenn and Eddie from Mama," in which the mother explains to her sons that she has located these men and is getting our money back, and instructions to keep the door locked no matter who knocks. She tells the boys there is enough food and drinks for 4 days, but she should be at home next night. Since the boys are dead when you find them, it hints that something happened to their mother. And now I will read you the short note which can be found in the cabin. Glenn and Eddie, I am on the way to find this man and get our money back. The doors are locked and the windows are boarded up. Promise me you won't let anyone in who comes knocking, even if you think you know them. You have enough food and water for 4 days, but I should be back by tomorrow evening at the latest. Practice reading and writing for me as long as possible. With all your love, Mom. And this story marks the end of the video and completes the creepy Easter egg Iceberg chart. And I'm so happy you stick to this part of the video. Because Halloween is knocking on the door, I think the next video will be also horror themed, and if you have any Iceberg chart which would be good for next month, comment down below. And remember, if you enjoyed the video, smash that like, consider subscribing to see more videos like this, and if you want to enjoy extra perks you can check out my membership program or Patreon. That's all from me now, and I hope I will see you in the next one. Bye.